December 24, 1945. A quiet Christmas Eve, in a small American town. A family goes to sleep. But by morning, 5 children are gone. No bodies, no remains, no clear answers. Just one burned house, and a mystery that has lasted over 80 years. What happened to the Soder children? Did they really die in the fire? Or were they taken? The story begins in Fayetteville, West Virginia. The Soder family lived a normal life. George and Jenny Soder had 10 children. That Christmas Eve, only 9 were home. 5 of them, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, would be sleeping upstairs that night. It was a peaceful evening. The children were excited. There were gifts, laughter, warmth. No one knew this would be the last time they would ever be seen. Around 1:30 a.m., Jenny woke up. The house was on fire. Flames were spreading fast. George and Jenny rushed to save their children. They managed to get 4 children out safely. But the 5 upstairs were trapped. George tried everything. He ran outside to grab a ladder. But it was missing. He tried to start his trucks to climb up. Both failed suddenly. The fire grew stronger. Within minutes, the house collapsed, and the 5 children were never seen again. At first, everyone believed the children died in the fire. But something didn't feel right. Firefighters searched the ashes. They found no bones, no remains. Experts later said, a house fire that short and intense should not completely destroy human bones. Then more strange details came out. The phone line to the house had been cut. A ladder that was always there was gone. The trucks, which worked perfectly before, failed at the exact moment George needed them. And witnesses reported something shocking. They saw people watching the house burn, but not helping. This is where the mystery gets darker. George Soder was openly critical of Benito Mussolini and the Italian government. Some people in his community didn't like that. Before the fire, George had received threats. One man even told him, "Your house will go up in smoke, and your children will be destroyed." Another strange detail. The insurance salesman who argued with George was later on the jury that ruled the fire an accident. Coincidence? Or something more? Soon, reports started coming in. People claimed they saw the children after the fire. A woman said she saw them in a car that night. Another said she served them breakfast the next morning. Years later, a photo arrived at the Soder home. It showed a young man who looked exactly like one of the missing sons, Louis. On the back, there was a message. "I love brother Frankie, Illo boys, A 90132. No one could fully decode it. But Jenny believed her children were still alive. The family put up a huge billboard, offering a reward for information. They never stopped searching. The official investigation was weak. The fire was quickly labeled accidental. No deep forensic analysis. No serious follow-up. Years later, the Soder family conducted their own search. They even brought in experts. One shocking discovery. Bones that were later found in the ashes were tested and turned out not to belong to the children. Some experts believed the bones were placed there later, which raises a terrifying question. Was this case covered up? So what really happened that night? Even after decades, investigators, journalists, and experts still don't agree. But the mystery becomes even deeper when we look at the most realistic theories. Fire experts later stated something critical. A normal house fire, especially one that lasted such a short time, cannot completely destroy 5 human bodies. In similar fires, bones, teeth, or fragments are almost always found. But here, nothing. Not a single confirmed trace. This is one of the strongest reasons why many believe the children were never in the fire to begin with. There were multiple strange events that suggest planning. The phone line was cut, not burned. The ladder was removed before the fire. George's trucks failed at the same moment. These are not random coincidences. They point towards something organized. Some believe the children were taken. by people who had been watching the family for days, waiting for the perfect moment. This is the most controversial theory. George Soter had strong opinions against Benito Mussolini. Before the fire, George received threats. One warning was disturbingly specific. His house would burn, and his children would be destroyed. Some researchers believe this could be linked to organized crime or retaliation. Today, more than 80 years later, the case remains unsolved. No confirmed deaths, no confirmed sightings, no closure, just 5 missing children, and a mystery that refuses to die. Because sometimes, the scariest stories aren't ghosts or monsters. They're real, and they're still waiting to be solved. If this story gave you chills, hit like, comment your theory, and subscribe to Zyro TV. Because the next mystery might be even darker.